put a screwdriver behind it. Start out with the smaller screwdriver. And then just work it on around there. All right, so you know, not every day can be wild days on a trail. Some days you gotta do a little maintenance. So today's maintenance day. Follow along and maybe you learned something. If not, leave some comments. And watch people just beat and wail on these things all the time. And just mangle these dust covers. You don't want them to be easy to come off. And then pop the retainer off. Dust cover makes a handy little catch can. You can always just use a pair of pliers if you want. And this is the first time this one's been apart, so it's more just about inspecting more than anything else. We're going to check the inner one. We're not going to replace the grease seal. It hasn't been leaking. All right, that looks pretty good. So what we're going to do is we're going to pack the bearings and then put it all back together. And if you haven't packed a bearing before, it's pretty easy, but it is a little messy. So literally get your big old thing of grease, palm your hand, and then you just take the bearing in this section here and you run that around through your hand, and you're forcing that up through the rollers. They make other ones that do this for you as well. Takes air or a plunger or something like that, but a couple bearings is pretty easy. And you're just trying to get the grease to come up through those rollers. Just keep scraping it off your hand. Just keep going around. You can see it's coming through. We're going to grease that seal real good. Simple job. You don't got to take this to the shop. Especially little trailers like this. I'll spend more time cleaning the grease off the tools and the camera than I will doing this. Now just rock the wheel. Make sure the bearing's in there good. Put the washer on. Remember, there's always a flat on the spindle. Yeah, there we go. Now I have seen some spindles that one side is one direction and the other side's different. You'll find out real quick. Now if you had a big pair of pair of adjustables, that's fine. I don't feel like finding them. I think they're in a Jeep somewhere. Or if you had a big socket, that's fine too. Just get this nut snug. Then I'm gonna, you don't want it so the wheel doesn't move, obviously. And then you got your little keeper. Remember, your flat goes on your spindle. And a little trick for the dust cover. Can't stand when I see someone beating on into the dust covers. So just take your screwdriver and just tap it on the edge. Sometimes it takes a little bit to get it started. You don't want this loose anyway, so. And then just clean up your mess. Alright, so a little maintenance goes a long way, especially when you're on the road or something like that. You don't want to be doing this while you're on the road. Now, some of you guys know, if you watch the channel, that I'm a big fan of this Lucas Red and Tacky. For some reason, this was really hard to get a hold of today. So, do your maintenance. It's real easy to do, and the payoff is big. Inspect your bearings, check your tires, you know, whatever else you got to do your trailer. Don't just keep throwing it on there and not doing it. Hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you here for places you could possibly take a trailer like that.